All right, hey, this is Mike and Jen for Farrar Farms, doing our first honey extraction. We have a free flow hive here, and we modified ourselves a little bit, and we're thinking we're ready to try to pull our first little bit of honey out of here. First, we're gonna put this little piece of wood in here to keep the bees down because they tend to want to come out. Done is we made this sealable mason jar thing. We bought some clear tubing. These little pieces of tube come with the free flow hives, and what we're going to do is we're going to uncap these. Okay, we're going to pull the cap off, and then we'll insert the tube. Then we will use the wrench to turn it, and then we'll get the honey to flow. So first, I think I made this a little bit too wide, Jen. Caps are on there pretty good. It's funny when we put these in there, we had a hard time keeping them in because they were always falling out. Okay, and as you can see, we're picking the one here that's full on both sides. This is honey on both sides of that. So, and we just pulled these the other day and we filmed it, but I don't know how good we did with the filming. But so they're capped. Here we go. So we take out the cap, and then we insert this tubing. The good thing about this system is that when you're doing it, we won't have to filter our honey, and we won't have to spin it or anything. And this is our first time doing this, you could probably tell, but anyway, we're gonna give this a shot. We are first year beekeepers, and we've done a lot of things, just experimental type things, and so far it's worked pretty well for us. So what we do is we look for the one that lines up with I should have brought some pliers to grab that out of there. Pull that cap out there. Same one, and then we put this in and hit it. And turn it. And here comes the honey. Now I'll go ahead and close this back up right now. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that pouring through there? I don't even know if I did it right. Let me see. Let me get all the way in there. Oh yeah, I didn't do it all the way to the back. You know, we have this tilted the wrong way too. But yeah, and we do have this thing tilted kind of towards the front, which really isn't good. As you can see, the bees aren't bothered by the process. We're not pulling them out of their homes and disturbing them. So it is fairly warm here today. It's about 105, and it is about 7 o'clock in the evening. So the honey should be flowing fairly well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to make a couple adjustments. I had the hive was tilted forward a little bit, so the honey wasn't really coming out. So, and normally I don't suit up when I'm doing whatever I'm doing back here on the back of the hive, but this time I went to go get suited up because I was having to make adjustments on the whole hive and actually basically pick it up and move it. And that's something that we'll have to be dealing with here in the next few days. Getting this thing positioned correctly. But as you can see, that
The hive is flowing. I mean, the honey's flowing. The hive is basically undisturbed, which was, you know, kind of our goal there. And now we're just gonna watch it flow. If that jar happens to fill, which I'm not thinking so, but if it happens to fill up, then we've got some other ones right next to it. Some mason jars over there that we will fill up. Yeah, we made a couple more adjustments. Got to flow a little bit better. And we're not getting a whole lot of honey out of this pool, but this is kind of an experiment for us. So we're seeing we did add an extra honey super last week. You can see it's that middle box. Back up, yeah, back up, showing the middle box. It's this middle box right here, this honey super. We added that last week because we thought they were crowded. We're not sure, but by adding that, when we opened it up early this morning, they were definitely filling it up with honey and with comb. And what I'm thinking is that they might be taking some of this honey out, so we might have done something that wasn't quite correct. We're not sure, but like I said, this is our first year. It's kind of we knew it'd be a learning process for us. So anyway, that's where we're at with it. All right, went ahead and decided to go ahead and open up that second frame because we're already back here, and we don't really want to disturb the bees, and we didn't get quite as much honey as we thought. But like I said, all these frames were full. Most of them were basically full the other day, and then we added that other box, and now it seems that that they are robbing their own honey, I guess. But they have put a lot of honey in that super, and we're actually leaving all that for them for this winter. They're gonna have all those frames. We don't have a spinner because we went the route with the free flow hive, so we didn't make arrangements to get one of those. So that's going to be theirs for the winter for nourishment. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we'll get back to you in a minute when we're all done. So this is our first harvest honey. We're going to go ahead and go inside and weigh it up and see what it is. And anyway, that's our first venture. We are getting some more of these hives, and we're going to run some more next year. But this is our first year. It's our first year doing cows, first year doing bees, and you know, we've added to our chicken flock this year. And we're just trying to be kind of self-sustaining. We do hogs usually too, so we'll have some more videos in the future. All right, thanks for watching. Oh, and worms.